right, so no fundraiser for President Biden this weekend, who spent this afternoon, visiting the site of the Francis Scott Key Bridge disaster. Biden was joined at the disaster site by Maryland's Governor Wes Moore, who talked about the need for federal dollars to get the port and the city of Baltimore back up and running.
Now, I know our state's largest city is being tested right now, but Baltimore's been tested before. We get knocked down, we stand back up, and we dust ourselves off, and we move forward. That is what we do. And the people of Maryland are grateful to have a full partner in this work like President Biden.
NewsNation Washington correspondent Kellie Meyer is here. Hey, Kellie.
Hey, thanks for having me. It's interesting seeing those two together on stage.
Yeah, you know, I think it was really amazing because we've talked a lot about him on the stage. I'm talking about the governor there. He's really sort of been a rising star in Washington. So what are we hearing about him?
Yeah, certainly. You know, seeing those both the two politicians, the two Democratic politicians on stage, he's certainly been called this rising star, using that phrase, really giving it new meaning. He's young, he's charismatic. He's all over this response to this first real test in his tenure. But that isn't the top thing on his resume, really. He has served in the U.S. Army. He was deployed to Afghanistan. He, of course, is the first black mayor in Maryland and one of the first black mayors. I think there has only been governors in the country. And he was the CEO and founded a nonprofit to help those that are in poverty. He certainly has a resume that's been growing throughout his career. He got into politics. He gave a speech during the 2008 Democratic National Convention supporting Barack Obama. And now he is here talking with the White House, pushing for those federal dollars. President Biden promising to get that funded 100%. He's going to push for that from Congress next week. But there was an interesting exchange between the governor. He joined our Chris Cuomo last night, talking about the economy. Obviously, they're talking about what could happen from the economic impact of this bridge collapse on Baltimore and the surrounding area. But Chris asked him about the overall economy and saying that people really aren't feeling what the Biden administration is saying is happening, and touting the change that they're seeing in terms of inflation and what the prices you're seeing at the grocery store. And in some ways, the governor agreed and says he was sensing that too. I want to play a little bit of what he had to say.
To me, I feel that there's a bite in the grocery store. To me, it feels like everything's more expensive and inflation is killing me. What do you say to them? And are you sensing that?
We are sensing it. And also I tell people that you know, not only do I understand, I feel it as well. Because, you know, here's the reality. It's like I don't come from the political world, so I do understand that that in some cases that dynamic of showing that even in our state, for example, now we have one of the fastest moving. We've jumped 20 slots in economic momentum. Baltimore City, for example, has the 8th fastest growing economy inside the country. But if people don't feel that, then those stats and the data does not mean much.
Now, it's interesting he says there that he doesn't come from the political world, which is something that we also heard from another star on the other side, former President Donald Trump. Elizabeth.
You're right. Kellie, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.